I feel like I should sit up. Doesn't matter. My stomach's out to here from dinner. Hi guys, I'm Lynn.
And I'm Jonathan.
And we are Create and Capture Life. Wow, we actually tried this week.
Yeah, well.
We are on week 29 or 30. I actually don't know. I'll have to, it'll be at the beginning of the video. I don't know what week it is. I've had the flu all week, so I don't know what week it is. I have had the flu for, it was a week ago Friday. Today is Sunday. My voice is better. I'm still coughing, but the doctor said that the cough's gonna last about 2 weeks, so that'll be fun. And every time I cough out in public, people look at me like they want to shoot me. So it's horrible to cough in public right now.
I just looked it up. It's week 29.
So this is week 29?
This is week 29.
Okay, so this is week 29 to our 1 year to full-time RV life. Regarding last week's video, you guys, there were a lot of really great comments.
Yeah. So actually I wanna give a couple shout outs real quick for just no reason whatsoever other than it's people that that messaged me or asked me questions. So a couple things. First, Matthew Monge, who's actually a really good friend of ours, really good friend of mine, one of my coworkers. He didn't tell me that he watched the video, but he sent the video to another one of our friends, Dustin, and says, hey, how do I get this national calling frequency thing on my radio? So Dustin contacted me and said, hey, I just saw a video and what's going on? So Manji and Dustin, thanks for watching our videos. If you're not subscribed, don't forget subscribe and you guys can see all the fun stuff that comes up. Another shout out that I want to do is to a friend of mine, Chef Daniela Malfitano. She is one of our Disney host chefs. She follows our channel, which kind of is like really exciting because she's a big time chef and has her own YouTube channel. But go check her out on Instagram or YouTube, Chef Daniela Malfitano, M-A-L. I'll have Lynn.
M-A-L.
Sorry, Daniela.
M-A-L Fatano.
Yeah, sorry. I can't remember how to spell your M-A-L-F-A-T-A-N-O. I think that's what it is, but
I'll look it up.
Lynn will put it down here somewhere. She'll put the links to her stuff down below. But Daniela, thank you for subscribing and watching our stuff. That's super exciting. And then there was just so many comments about all of the ham radio stuff that we mentioned last week. So, just a quick recap.
Can you look up the guy's name? There was one guy that did a comment.
Yeah.
Jonathan's gonna look his name up right now, and
I believe it was only his first name that.
But the comment was very technical.
Yeah.
And I was laughing because I started to read the comment, and then I just told Jonathan, "You read the comment and you respond because I don't understand any of what this guy's saying, but it all sounds really good."
Yeah, Rick. His Instagram handle is just Rick. So Rick, if you're watching this video, thank you for your comments.
Okay, so that answers hopefully those questions about last week. And Earl, I know you comment every week, so thank you for all of your comments and well wishes and all of those things. We really enjoy hearing from you. So thank you for watching and commenting.
Yep.
I did get a couple questions from people that's really weird. A couple different people asked about our refrigerator behind us and how I keep it so clean. And I'm gonna show you these. I don't know if you can, if it'll focus. There you go. That's how. I don't think you can buy them. They're professional wipes, and I don't know that you can buy them. We get them from Jonathan's aunt, who owns an appliance repair company.
There's the.
We've tried to look them up and haven't been able to find them, but.
See there if it's focusing or not. Yeah, maybe it'll focus. Who knows?
But these are stainless steel conditioner towels, and there's just one, and I can use one of these, and they're amazing.
Yeah.
I can use one on the refrigerator, the stove, and the dishwasher, and the
hood,
oven hood. I can use this, just one, on all of those things, and it lasts for a good at least a week with no fingerprints or anything. So we get these from her because she gets them from the supplier when they fix people's refrigerators and stuff. So we haven't been able to buy them anywhere. If we find a link or something, I'll link it below.
Yeah.
But otherwise, this is at least what they are.
Or if you know where to get these,
Yeah.
let us know, because like I said, we haven't been able to find them. We usually have to hit her up. So
Yeah, and these are amazing. So a couple people asked, and that's what we use on all of the metal in the kitchen. So that was, I just want to answer that quick before I forgot, because I will forget. So this week's video, welcome to week 29, we decided.
Yep.
Is top 10 things that we have learned about RVs that we didn't know before we started researching the lifestyle and researching RVs to purchase.
Yep.
They're top 10 things that we didn't know about before because we were not RVers before. I've been in RVs and I've vacationed in RVs before and road tripped in them as a kid and that kind of thing, but I've never owned one, so there are a lot of things I didn't know. And so in doing research, we thought it would just be fun to point out some of the top 10 things that we had no idea about.
Yep. All right. So, number 1. And this is no.
Yeah, there's no particular order because we both added to this list. So one of the first things that I have found that's interesting, I think together we have found this interesting, is the fact that living in an RV has such a negative connotation that people look at it in a negative way. Not like, I mean, there's two schools, it seems, of people. There's the side of the people that say, oh my God, I would love to do that. That's amazing. The other side is like, you're gonna do what? And you're gonna be homeless? Why would you choose to be homeless? Like, that's a big one. And I didn't suspect that going in. I never thought that way about people who RV'd full time. And so I guess I just didn't expect it. But then in the research in the video we did a couple weeks ago about becoming homeless, I'll link that below. We did a lot of research on the government's views of people who live in RVs and got a lot of opinions from people who live in RVs. And I guess I'm just surprised that the feedback is as negative as it is, that somehow you're lower class, you're, some kind of a social degenerate, that you're on the run from the law, that you're...
Not everybody's Breaking Bad, I'm just saying.
That you're poor and destitute, so you have no choice but to live in an RV. Just all of these negative things. And I guess that just surprised me. So that was the first one for me. I just thought that was interesting. So number 2.
Number 2.
Go ahead. It's yours.
I don't know, where's your list?
You
I don't remember what I said.
Because you had ones different than me. You can see how well we prepare for these things, right? Like, we are so on it. Like, we're professionals.
Okay, we're going to delete all that. All right, so number 2.
I'm not going to delete all that. It's funny. Go ahead. So, number 2, like we said, in no particular order.
How many times are we going to say number 2? Number 2! The second one is, okay, I'll go with this one.
Don't pick any of mine.
Oh, see, it says no, okay. So.
Start over.
Oh, no, I'm not going to start over now. We're doing this. Not all RVs are equipped with airbag suspensions. So, being the kind of a technical person I am, I just assumed that all RVs, even gassers, had airbag suspensions. And then, like the Super Cs, I just assumed everything had airbag suspensions. But as it turns out, they don't. So, we learned that Class A's, Class A diesel pushers are pretty much the only ones that have airbag suspensions. Some Super Cs have airbag suspensions, but usually it's their major shock absorbing comfort, whatever, is just in the cab. So the rest of the coach doesn't have airbag suspensions, which causes the third thing.
Well, actually, 2.5.
Yeah.
Would be that they don't. I was surprised as we've test driven a Super C, we've test driven a couple different A's, I've driven in a B before, is that they don't all feel the same as far as making you motion sick or car sick. I just somehow assumed that they would all kind of feel the same, and they really don't feel the same at all. I mean, a Super C made me extremely car sick sitting in the back. And even in the passenger seat, I was a little car sick, but once I sat in the back, just at the table, it was, oh my God, it was horrible. And the A, when we test drove that, I sat in the back the whole time. and I was fine the whole
Yeah.
time. And so it's interesting that they all drive so differently.
Yeah. One of these days, we'll give you guys a quick rundown of all of the different RVs that we've test driven, and give you guys a review of the ones that we've driven, and we'll let you know why we ended up with the one that we ended up choosing.
Or hopefully choosing.
Yeah.
So that is number 2.
Yep. All right, number 3. One of the things that I actually thought was kind of interesting is that you can find a drivable toy hauler. So Newmar and Thor and a couple of the manufacturers are making RVs like Class A's, and I think Class C's maybe, but no, I think they're all Class A's. They're all Class A gas coaches that are toy haulers that you can actually drive your quads or your bikes or whatever into the back of. You don't have to buy a fifth wheel or a travel trailer.
I don't know the difference. I mean, I know what a toy hauler is now, but it never occurred to me that there wasn't.
Yeah, I thought that's kind of cool. So, because then you can use that, if you don't have toys, you can use that backspace behind there for, as an office or an extra bedroom or whatever. So that's cool that there's different models. So,
number 4, I did not realize until we started studying that RV full-timers insurance is different than regular having RV insurance or car insurance. I didn't know that you had to get special full-timers insurance and that it wasn't just going to be our same car insurance. I had no idea until I watched other people's videos that talked about how full-timers insurance is different. I did not know that. Did you?
I didn't. No, and actually, so I guess that there's 2 different insurances too, correct? There's the insurance for the driving part, and then the insurance for like the house part, isn't it?
Like the belongings.
Yeah, it's like,
So I don't know. I didn't know that was different. So thank you for your suggestions. You guys, a lot of you have suggested where we can look into full-timers insurance, and we're not there yet, but I do have all those noted. So thank you for your suggestions. But until I saw other people's videos, I had no idea that RV insurance for full-timers was different than car insurance that we already have, or that we couldn't keep the same company we already have, which we can't because they don't. We have AAA right now, and they don't do full-timers insurance. So I didn't know that.
All right, so number
5. Number 5.
So number 5 is, and this is actually a recent thing I think is kind of cool. Some RV manufacturers are actually making specific RVs for full-timers. So we follow
modifications.
So like we follow the RV entrepreneur Heath and Alyssa Paget, and their RV they just got, I don't know if gifted or what, but a brand new Class A Winnebago, and it looks like it is definitely set up for full-timers. And beyond that, full-time entrepreneurs, because it has even a little desk and everything built into it so that you can actually like set up your computers and stuff like that. So the manufacturers are taking into consideration that people are living in RVs and traveling, and they're designing specific things in mind. I know that there's a company, I believe, out of Canada, and I can't remember what their name is, but they specifically design Class Bs that people are going to 4-season travel, and live in full time. If I think of the name, I'll have Lynn put it down below. The name of the manufacturer. So, but yeah, that is actually pretty cool that people are
thinking about it.
Yeah, doing this enough that the manufacturers are changing their mind about just weekend warriors and going for the full-time RVers.
I heard some people say from the Tampa RV show, they were saying manufacturers are starting to listen to full-timers more. So I don't know the difference really between what used to be and what is now, because like we said, I haven't owned an RV, but it's definitely becoming more of a thing.
Yeah.
So number 6 thing that we've learned about full-time or just RVing in general that we didn't know. I did not know that you didn't need and I find this interesting, that you don't need a special license to drive an RV or to drive an RV and tow something. Yeah. I always assumed you needed a special license, especially in California, because there's a special license in California for everything. I always assumed you had to go take a special test and, get a special license to drive in a big RV or to tow with your RV, and that's not true. I guess it's different depending on the state.
I know there are some states where if you have a larger rig, like 40 some odd feet longer or longer
by weight,
I think it's then they require you just to go take a test. But from what I've been told, the test is pretty simple.
I don't know.
I
find that surprising, but at the same time, it explains a lot when we have been on road trips and see people who obviously don't really know what they're doing when they're driving an RV. It explains a lot because they didn't have to take a test to do it or to get a special license.
Yeah.
So I just always assumed you had to do that, and the fact that you don't explains a lot to me, actually.
Yeah.
So I kind of wish you did.
Number seven. Number seven thing we did not know about RVs before we started researching. I did not know that all of the different electrical systems, like I knew that there was a 20, 30, and 50 amp, but it's really interesting to me. Like the one thing that really stands out to me that I've heard a lot of you complain about is the fact that RV parks, that most of their wiring and their pedestals and stuff like that is all messed up, and if you plug in without checking, you could cause some major damage to your...
Or without, like, there's some kind of adapter or something?
Yeah, so, like, if you have, like a surge guard or some sort of, like, some kind of a tester that you could plug in and have and cause major issues. Now, that makes sense to me, but I did not realize that, that all of these RV parks have problems with these outlets. You'd think they'd have
a lot of them, anyway.
A lot of them, have problems with all these outlets and stuff, and you'd think they'd know, because didn't somebody just leave there?
Well, not only that, but here's my question: if you plug in, is it owner error? So if you plug into one of those pedestals and it jacks your stuff up because of their faulty wiring, do they take responsibility for that, or is it owner? Is it, as the owner, is that your problem? Like, you should have known that somehow before? Like, how does that work?
I don't know. And then along with that...
anybody out there know how that works? Like,
if
you screw your stuff up because they have their faulty wiring...
Is it your fault or is it their fault?
Who has to fix it? Like, or pay the money to fix whatever is jacked up. Yeah,
and then the other thing that I always thought was interesting, because all of the RVs, all of the campers, everything that I've ever stayed at has only had like one 20 amp circuit. But then with the 30 and 50 amp, with these like crazy dog bones and all that other stuff, all these adapters, I always wonder, it's like, has anybody ever like actually checked to make sure those things are in good condition? Because what if one of those things starts a fire or something like that when you're going from like a 50 amp plug down to a 30 amp plug? So
I don't know. I don't know how any of that works.
Or vice versa. You're going from a 50 amp up to a 50 amp plug, and you're plugging into a single 20 amp. So I don't know. Always
it's interesting though.
All the electrical things, because my brain goes to how stuff is wired and stuff, because that's what I like to do. But yeah, all of those systems just kind of make me a little nervous. Make me really want to make sure that before we go out, we have some sort of surge protector, power tester thing. I mean, I'll always carry an electrical meter with me, and I know how to actually know how to use it.
So if any of you guys are full-time RVers and you're watching our channel and you watch this video, comment down below what you use to protect yourself and your rig from that. From those kinds of issues. Let us know, because we've never owned an RV and we're learning, so we would love to hear from you. Let us know what you use to protect yourself and your RV.
All right, so
I forgot what we're
number 8.
Oh, number 8. One of the things that I did not realize, and I don't know why, I guess because with the new cars, it didn't occur to me that you wouldn't always have Wi-Fi in an RV. Or, that you wouldn't, I guess that was it. You wouldn't always have Wi-Fi. Like, somehow in my head, I just assumed that it was more like, the cars that have their own hotspots, they are their own hotspots. And so basically everywhere you go, you have Wi-Fi, unless you're in the middle of Timbuktu somewhere. But
and I think
but RVs are not that way, and I know you can add things to your RV and you can do things to help you get Wi-Fi, but I didn't know that was like a thing that you needed to worry about. I just thought I don't know why I thought that, but just somewhere in my head I thought you would just have Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and that's something that Lynn and I have been talking a lot about lately. Is like, so we recently, before Sprint took it down, we got a really high gig hotspot from Sprint, and yes, we use Sprint, and I know it's not the best out there, and we'll probably have something else once we hit the road also to back up our Sprint, but for now, because we have Sprint and we've had it for so long, and I get a great deal through Disney, that's the hotspot that we have. Sorry. Scout found some tissue paper on the floor and he's chewing on it. So anyway, so since we have Sprint, that's what we went with. But yeah, we were having that conversation recently. We were talking about Wi-Fi and how we'll get internet once we're on the road and stuff. And yeah, it's.
If you guys are, I'm sorry, you guys, if you're wondering why I'm always looking around when we're sitting here, it's because ever since we got the puppy, he's constantly getting into things. So I'm constantly having to watch him right now. And then right now I turned around and he's eating Kleenex that he got out of the trash. It's like having a little toddler running around. So sorry if I seem distracted. It's the puppy. He is distracting.
Yeah.
So my apologies. So go ahead. What were you, did you finish?
Yeah.
So we have Sprint and yeah, I guess we'll see. But I didn't know that you just, I don't know why I just assumed. And I guess I just assumed that all like RV parks would have like really their own really good Wi-Fi, and that's not a thing. So I was actually surprised by that when I hear about RVers having to go to parks and coffee shops and stuff from leaving their RV to go somewhere else, like a coffee shop, to upload to YouTube, to check emails and things like that. I'm always really surprised when I hear that, because I just somehow in my mind I thought it was just a thing.
Yeah. Nope.
I don't know. So number 9 thing that we did not.
The washing machine just made a weird noise.
Number 9 thing that we did not realize about RVs until we started doing the research.
Not all RVs are made the same. And what I mean by that is, not all RVs are winter ready. Now, Lynn and I are I don't know what you would call us, but we're the exact opposite of snowbirds. Like, we are going to go chase colder weather. Yeah, we're probably not like going to be sitting in a blizzard in Chicago.
I wouldn't mind.
But, you know, we do like colder weather.
And the colder, we mean like anything between 0 or even below 0. I'm cool with below 0, but below 0 up to about 60
Yeah.
is prime weather to us. Anything above 60, one or both of us is probably complaining that it's too hot.
Yeah, it's starting to get warm. So if I have to start adding, you know, if I have to start taking, you know, layers off to be comfortable, then
it's too cold.
But yeah,
too hot.
But yeah, it's too hot. But we didn't actually realize that not all RVs are ready for that kind of climate. And even most RVs that, you know, they do consider themselves 4-season RVs and stuff. You know, there's still some things that you have to do. There's still some things that you have to take care of to be able to be in those harsh environments. You have to get like heated hoses, and you have to get heaters to put in your storage bays and stuff so things don't freeze over. You know,
none of that occurred to me. I'm from Illinois, and my family's from Illinois, and it never occurred to me that you could purchase any kind of vehicle, RV or any other vehicle, and not have it be, you know, ready for winter.
Yeah.
It never occurred to me that that was an issue. But then as we've watched other people's videos over the last year, we've watched people have to, you know, do things to get their RVs ready for winter, or to be in those kind of temperatures, and it's just weird to me that it's just not ready. I don't know. So number 10 is interesting, because we've looked at a lot of RVs, and when we went to the RV show here in California, we saw there are RVs with dishwashers. We need to have a washer and dryer because, you know, there's 3 of us, and dogs. With animals, you know, you're gonna have pet hair and then things, and you know, so we want to have a washer and dryer. So we're gonna do that. Dishwasher's not important. But I did not know, and call me dumb, that's fine, I did not know that RVs did not have, or do not have, a garbage disposal in their sink. It never occurred to me. And then one day during the holidays here, I was doing dishes, after making all the food for Christmas dinner, and we were cleaning up, and I'm using the garbage disposal, you know, because scraps and stuff. And it occurred to me that, wait a second, do RVs have a garbage disposal? And so I asked Jonathan, he said, no, you can't put food down the sink in a garbage, in like an RV. And that never occurred to me. So then I thought, well, hold on a second. Like, so, but there's a thing on the outside, there's basically a garbage disposal for your poop
macerator
on the outside, but they don't have one on your sink. So they have one for after the food goes through, but not for the food in the sink. Like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know. It just didn't make any sense to me. So wouldn't it? I don't know.
Well, and some
it just seems weird that like you would.
And some toilets have macerators built into them. So as it comes out, it goes right through the macerator.
Wouldn't it behoove them to have a garbage disposal just in case?
Yeah.
Something goes in there that shouldn't, so that you can crunch it up and everything and make it smaller. Like, I mean, if you're gonna go to all the trouble to have like basically a poop disposal, a disposer, garbage disposal, why wouldn't you have one on the sink?
Now, if you guys have an RV with some sort of a garbage disposal or something like that on it, let us know, because I've looked and
I don't think it exists. I don't think it's a thing.
I haven't seen it.
Because it makes sense. You don't want food floating around in the gray tank because it would get gross. But
yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. If you're gonna have a disposal for the end of the food life, then why wouldn't you have one for the cooking part of the food life? Like, I don't understand. I mean, it really just makes no sense to me. Like, I don't get it. So somebody explain this to me. How come they don't have those in RVs? Or if they do, let us know, because I've never seen one or heard of one. But that just seems counterproductive to me, that it's like worrying about the problem after it's a problem instead of before. I don't know. I don't get it. So. But
like I said, I've always been told don't put food down the.
Yeah, that's what one of the guys, the dealers, told us. I don't know. It never occurred to me. So what do you guys do? Like, if you guys are living in your RV, what do you do? Like, when you're cooking dinner and stuff, do you just, or after dinner, obviously you have to scrape your plates off in the trash, like we used to do back in the day. Like, you're gonna have to do that. But how much food is acceptable to go down the sink, if any? Like, how much is too much? How much is, you know what I mean? Like, if you guys know the answer to that, please comment down below, because I really don't know.
Yep.
And here's my other question, all on the same kind of topic, is why is there a clear thing at the end of the black tank pipe? Why is that clear? Like, hello, I don't want to look at that. Why is that clear?
Like, you're never gonna see it. We all know who's gonna be dumping the poop.
Well, obviously, but why? Who wants to see? Who wants to see it?
So you know that it's done.
Like, what the hell?
Yeah, when it starts coming out clear instead of, chocolate milk.
Like, I'm sorry, but what? Somebody please explain that to me.
I mean, am I wrong?
Why is it
those
clear?
of you guys at RV, it's clear so that you can see when it's clean, right?
I raised my kids. I did the dirty diapers. I'm cleaning up poop after animals now. I ain't trying to look at that. There's a reason you flush it. I don't want to see it again. It's like, in case you missed it the first time, now you can look at it again. What the?
We know who's going to be doing all the tank flushing.
Yuck. Absolutely, I'm not doing that. It's just like the house here. He's responsible for the outside, I'm responsible for the inside. It's gonna be the same way. But yeah, somebody please explain it. Somebody please explain it, because that grosses me out, man. It's just wrong. That's just twisted theory right there. That's just. So anyway,
all right.
That's number 10 thing that we just found surprising as we've been researching RVs.
Yeah.
If you guys have anything else that you guys have found interesting, or have answers to any of our crazy questions that we just asked, or anything that we thought was, not common knowledge, let us know. Because what?
I'm just imagining you trying to flush the black tank. Jonathan, come get the.
Actually, I'm sorry, who's the one who always has to clean up the poop around here, like from all the animals, because you're the one gagging?
Yep.
Yeah. When you're a mom, stuff like that doesn't gross you out.
Yeah, but you're he's saying.
But I'm just saying, if I have a choice, I don't need to look at it. I don't look at it the first time. I don't need to look at it the second, and I don't need to look at yours. That's the whole reason we're getting 2 bathrooms. The entire reason we are getting 2 bathrooms in the RV we have is because of him. Whole reason. Mm-hmm. Separate exhaust, separate. Is there poopery for RVs? Anybody let us know, because he needs his own bathroom out in the woods somewhere. Because, yeah.
I'm going to buy myself an auger and just go out to the woods.
So anyways, that's our 10 things that we did not know about RVs before we started researching. And even after all that, we're still considering living in an RV. But yep. So please answer any of our questions. Leave your comments below. I can't wait to see what they are. And thank you for being here. Thank you. If you have subscribed, thank you for being here. If you have not, please consider subscribing. I'm losing my voice again. Please consider subscribing. Like this video. Like we said, comment down below. Follow us on Instagram, Create and Capture Life. We have another Instagram now for our film company because the people were getting confused by the two. So if you would like to follow our film company, it's Create and Capture Films on Instagram. Now they're going to be separate. So we're trying to fix our social media to separate things in our life a little bit to make it easier for everybody. I think that's it.
That's it.
I feel like I'm going to be sick now. So thanks for being here, guys. See you next week. Bye.